it was Wednesday afternoon and I was having a horrendous day. The neighbour's dog next door kept me up all night barking. I had a million deadlines looming. My car started making the strangest sounds and every internal light was flashing like a nightclub. And if that wasn't chaotic enough, my home internet had decided to take a permanent holiday. So there I was, on the line, on hold to my internet provider. The tune of doom was playing loud and clear, and with each passing second, I could feel my body twisting and contorting with rage. Hannah from customer services was about to get the brunt of it. We've all been there, haven't we? It's not normally just one thing by itself, but it's the accumulation of multiple occurrences that leads to one big blow up. I'm going to show you a 3-step process that will help you pause, stop, and check in with yourself before you make Hannah from customer services seriously consider a career change. This 3-step process is using art. Art has always played a significant role in my life. I grew up with an absent father, and until my early 20s, I had never met him. He came from a different country, culture, and religion, and this left me feeling confused and unsure of who I was and of my identity. My mother looked different to me, and the rest of her family did, and this left me with a deep sense of not fitting in and not belonging. Art for me was a way of engaging with myself at a deeper level, discovering my identity and gaining a deeper sense of belonging. Fast forward to today, and I am proud to say I am the creator of a project that empowers young women to express their voices through art. Girls on Country is a transformational arts program for young First Nations women. Although I am not Indigenous to Australia, I am committed to being the best ally I can be. Now, I get it. I can already hear you thinking, I'm not creative, or what does art have to do with my emotions? And it may seem a little bit out there, but I have seen this 3-step process work for so many, including myself, and I know it can work for you too. So I'm just going to need you to put a little bit of trust in me for a second. The inner self is the true core part of who we are. It's not the part that shows up and has to fit social norms or wears masks in different environments. It's our truest, most authentic self. And it's this inner self that we often neglect. We rush through our days, tending to everybody else, ticking that never-ending to-do list, doing whatever we can to succeed in the outside world. But we often forget the most important relationship we will ever have, and that's the relationship with ourselves. When you engage with your inner self, you begin to understand where your external behaviors may be manifesting, just like my rage at poor Hannah from customer services. So I know I said that we would be using art to work with our inner self, but the first step to this process is actually recognition. It's recognizing that you may be a little out of whack. So how can we do this? Well, you may find that your heart rate has increased, your breathing is increasing, your shoulders might be tense, your body might be tight. You may find yourself reactive, impulsive, or short-tempered. Alternatively, you may find yourself really heavy in your body, fatigued, unmotivated, wanting to self-isolate and not see people. These are all telltale signs that your body and mind have entered into a state of dysregulation. So what can we do about this? Well, the second step is finding materials for your artwork. Choosing materials for your artwork is closely linked to finding a space that feels safe for you. This is your opportunity to find a space where you feel nurtured, calm, and supported. Your materials may already be in that space. The space could be a corner of your bedroom, your desk, or even your backyard. For many of us, nature is a particularly supportive and calming space. For me, it's taking the first steps onto the beach, watching the rhythmic waves and listening to the sounds of the ocean. It's as though the stress on my shoulders instantly disappears. If you have access to open spaces, beaches, and forests, that's a plus. But please don't overlook your local park, city square, or even your small balcony with your itsy-bitsy potted plant. My point is, if it feels good for you, then it's your space. The beauty of nature is that your materials are already around you. Creating art in nature with natural materials is known as land art in the art world. And here's an example. This is the work of Sharona, age 16, from a remote indigenous community. As you can see, she made a simple design using found eucalyptus leaves on her ancestral country, which she identified as her safe space. So, once you have recognized you have entered into a state of dysregulation, you have chosen materials for your artwork, the final step is your permission slip to play, to have fun, engage with materials, construct, deconstruct, manipulate, and get messy. This process isn't about making a masterpiece to show off on social media or even sharing it with anybody. And this isn't about the final product. It's about the process. When we engage in play, we allow the analytical mind, the part of us that uses language, to take a back seat. This allows your thoughts, feelings, and emotions to emerge and express through your chosen materials. To illustrate the profound impact of this practice, let me share with you the journey of Tash, one of the previous participants from my program. Now, as a facilitator, we are not supposed to have favorites, and of course I don't. But Tash truly made an impact. And don't let her small frame fool you. Although she was petite, she was a powerhouse, radiating fierce, don't mess with me energy. Tasha's anger often got the better of her. She'd often find herself in physical fights with other girls and in arguments with friends and family due to her high impulsivity. Over time, during Tasha's participation, I witnessed a shift in her behavior. In situations which would have previously enraged her, there was a sense of patience and tolerance. Although she managed to maintain her don't mess with me energy, thank goodness, there was a newfound sense of grounding. Tasha's family reported a similar story, stating that she was calmer at home and that there was more space between a potential trigger and her response. Creating art in nature is a practical and accessible tool for self-soothing and navigating your emotions. By recognizing signs of dysregulation, you can take radical responsibility for your thoughts, actions, and behaviors, not only improving the relationship with yourself, but also with those around you. I have seen this process work for so many, and I know it can support you too. So it's your chance to explore, create, and engage with your internal world using art. Thank you.